Over the past 67 years, the IAF has developed the most skilled and successful Air Force fighting units of all time. The Mirage 3 is a French-built Mach 2 delta-winged fighter and one of the best planes of the Israeli Air Force during the Six-Day War. Fun fact, the IAF only owned about 72 of these planes due to the price and only allowed their top pilots to actually use one. The Mirage 3 has a top speed of 1,430 miles per hour, a range of 745 miles, 2 30mm cannons, and 2 radar-guided missiles. The plane was versatile, but the IAF managed to successfully use it as a fighter, and it originally only had radar missiles, but the IAF insisted on adding cannons. This plane was used mostly around the time of the Six-Day War, therefore it was seeing a lot of the French-built MiG-17s. The MiG-17 has a top speed of 725 miles per hour, a range of 350 miles, and one 37mm cannon and 2 30 caliber machine guns. Built like a tank and being extremely maneuverable, this plane proved that the outcome of a dogfight is mostly determined by the pilot in the cockpit rather than the plane itself. The Mirage 3 has a higher climb rate and speed, but the MiG-17 has better turning radius and more durability. But the main setback that the Mirage has is the cannon arc trajectory, meaning the cannon must be aimed slightly above the target. Around 1974, Israel began using a new generation of planes, which consisted of the popular F-15 and F-16, both American-built. The Mach 3 F-15 Eagle is a fighter pilot's dream, being easy, maneuverable, and lethal. It's one of the world's best airplanes, loaded with 8 missiles, 4 heat-seeking, and 4 radar. It's designed for BVR combat, beyond visible range. It has a top speed of 1,650 miles per hour, a range of 2,880 miles, 8 missiles, and one 20mm Gatling gun. On June 27, 1979, over Lebanon, Israel became the first country to ever use the F-15 in combat, and it was against the Russian-built MiG-21, the most advanced airplane in the Arab countries at the time. Now that you know the basic planes of the IAF, you're probably wondering what the actual Air Force is like. For instance, as soon as the IAF get their hands on a plane, they strip it for parts and swap out everything except the engine and the body with their own technology. And if you compare the IAF to the US Air Force, the IAF gets 60 kills for every 1 kill the US Air Force gets. This is mainly because Israel is the most technologically advanced country in the world. In fact, almost any electronic you have or will use some piece of Israeli technology such as Intel or AMD in your phones or laptops is in it. If the country alone is that advanced, imagine the Air Force. Due to the small population, the IAF managed to stay 10 years more advanced than any other Air Force. With technology that allows them to aim with their helmets, stronger stealth, and so much more, imagine how powerful the Air Force can be. Set aside from all of the planes and technology the Air Force has, let's take a look at the ceremonies and air shows the IAF does. An example of this is on Independence Day, when planes from the Air Force fly a couple of laps around the city, or when they play the anthem of the Air Force when the pilots finish training and earn their wings. The name of the anthem translates to "I have wings."
אני כבר לא יודע איך להתייחס, יש לי כנפיים